Hey, what's going on, guys? As you can see by the title, in today's video we're going to be replacing the pinion seal on my 2001 Dodge Cummins here. I noticed a couple days ago that it smelled like a little bit of diff oil, or gear oil, excuse me. And I crawled under the truck and I noticed that it was a little wet under here. Let me crawl under here real quick. If you guys look, sorry about that, guys, I bumped my record button. As I was saying, if you look up there on the bed, you can notice that it's a little wet. And then here on the pinion itself, got a bunch of buildup and grime and stuff. It's not leaving any droplets where I'm parking, but it's definitely leaking because it's all over the tank here. And every time that I tow something, I notice a little bit of gear oil on like the trailer hitch and stuff. So I know it's awkward that I'm under here and I'm kind of like sideways, but most of the video is going to be like this, sadly. I just wanted to take you guys along and show you, I guess, how difficult or how much of a pain in the neck this guy's going to be. So I've got my 8 mils down here. I'm going to go ahead and try to break this guy free. See if I can get you guys set up in a decent position. Alright guys, the joint straps are off. Getting the drive shaft out here. Make sure to be careful of the actual U-joints themselves because they got the tiny little needles in there. Most of you guys know that. Just try not to knock them off. Alright, as you guys can see, the drive shaft's free. I'm going to go grab the strap, hang this up on the frame here, and then we'll try to get this yoke off. So, frustratingly enough, I was not able to get the pinion nut off by hand. I had to, well, two things. I didn't have a socket that would fit it. It's 1 5/16 or a 34 millimeter. I had neither of those. I have a 36 millimeter, I have a 30 millimeter, I have a 32, I have all the way up 1 1/4 inch. I've even got larger than that. And still, I had nothing that fit it. So I had to go down to the parts store. I rented the axle nut kit, and I was able to get this guy off thanks to my neighbor. He let me borrow his 1/2 inch impact. My little snap-on guy was not doing it. With all my body weight and a breaker bar, I was actually spinning the axle over, and my little snap-on guy, I don't know where it is, I think Winston's got it over here. The little snap-on guy couldn't do it, even with the adapter. So what you got going on over here, bro? Replacing that hub?
Just replacing my rear hub assembly.
Word. So, let me show you this real quick. I want to apologize that I didn't get that on camera, but I haven't gone any further. I just got it out, put a mark on the pinion. Well, yeah, I guess this would be the pinion itself, and I guess that would be the yoke. I'm trying to get the terminology correct when I'm doing all these videos, so that way, it makes sense to everybody. I, put a small mark here and a small mark there to, align that up to make sure I put it back in the same place. Same thing with the nut. I put a small little mark on there, so that way when I tighten it back up, I know that it lines up right there, and then I can, double check the torque specs, because I don't have a torque wrench that's going to go up to like 250 foot-pounds. Anyways, guys, I'm going to get a flathead and a hammer and start chiseling away. This thing can be a little bit of a pain in the ass. Before I go ripping it out, I'm going to grab my seal just to compare and make sure that I got the right size before I go ripping into it, and then we'll continue from there. Oh guys, what a pain in the ass that was. This guy's definitely seen better days, that's for sure. So as you guys can see, I've got the old pinion seal out, got everything cleaned up. I'm gonna get a rag with some brake cleaner and try to clean up the bottom side of here because there's a little bit of RTV. I'm not sure if that's from factory or if somebody else has been in here, so just gonna get it cleaned up and then we'll do the reinstallation process with the new seal. And then for the yoke here, you You guys can see that groove that's worn in there from you know, the seal over time and just age. So I have a ready sleeve that slips over that guy to give it a new sealing surface. So little by little, that nut was a pain in the ass, and then that damn seal coming out was a pain, but we got it, guys. Moving on now to the ready sleeve, guys. Picked this up at the parts store. It was like 20 bucks or something like that, 15 bucks. All it does is just slip over the yoke here, because over time this guy gets a groove from the seal, and then it creates play, and then your seal will leak all over again. So the whole purpose of this guy is to sit down flush and make a new sealing surface for the new seal. So it comes with a little installation tool. This is the part number that I got here, 99187. It's from Advanced Auto, and I'll get you the part number for the seal also. But I'm going to put a little bit of grease on the inside of this guy, nothing crazy. This is all cleaned up. I'm going to hit it with some brake cleaner one more time and wipe it down with a clean rag, and then I'll tap this guy on there, and we'll get ready to install the seal on the axle and then throw everything back together. Alright guys, so we're under the truck now. I'm going to get the pinion cleared up. Alright, we're going to be sending this guy in dry. It's a Dana 70 pinion seal 719316. Setting it up in here. Don't forget to, you know, install it with this small tensioner that sits on the seal itself, facing backwards, and then I'm going to be using this intercooling tube to evenly hammer it in. You can use a socket if you got one. That's all you got to do is tap her in there. You just keep tapping it in until the lip is completely sealed. So try to do it as even as possible, slow as possible. Alright, new seal's in there just like that. Now we gotta drop the yoke back on, trying to line this thing up where I had it marked. So I'm going to get my drive shaft back on there. We'll snug everything up, and we'll take it on a little test drive, see how it does. And then after that, I'm probably going to go ahead and change the gear oil while I'm at it, since I was in there and you know, beating on the seal from the backside. I don't want any metal shavings or debris in the diff, so I might as well just get it out, swap out the fluid, and reseal it up, and we'll be good as new back here. Finally! Golly, that took like 3 different types of flatheads to even get behind there. It definitely looks like it's got some age to it. everybody. The diff is topped off with 75/90 full synthetic. About 2.5 quarts or so. Still started coming out of the little fill plug here. Other than that, guys, we're about done with it. There's really not much more for us to do back here. New pinion seals in there, staying dry. Gonna take it on a little test drive, probably tomorrow morning when the RTV settles. But so far, so good, guys. Alright, guys. Just filled up. I'm just gonna drive her over to my parking spot over here, let it sit for the night, let the RTV dry, and we should be good to go. I don't have much else for you guys in this video. It was pretty straightforward for you guys. I needed to get this pinion seal done ASAP because I do a lot of towing and driving all around, you know, Jacksonville and Florida itself, so I couldn't risk, you know, eating up the rear end. An absolute worst case scenario, if the rear end does decide to go, maybe I'll put a Dana 70 with disc brakes back there or something. That is that, guys. I'm about done with this video. I do appreciate you watching. If you are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, drop a comment, let me know how you guys are doing, let me know what you think about the video. Any other comments, anything you guys got to say, go ahead and drop them below. I really do appreciate those of you who have been following along, all the guys from the Cummins to the 240. Thank you again, guys. I do appreciate it. I will see you in the next upload. Later.